This is a quick how to play Propolis. So the components are your solo Attorney deck, and then your starting cards, and then on the back of the starting cards is your hives. You can only get one hive per game. It doesn't end the game when you get it, but you can only get one. And then you have your terrain, and on the other side of the terrain, it's multi-purpose, so is your buildings. So to set up, this is shuffled. And you shuffle these. So you randomly pick one and deal it to yourself, and randomly pick another and deal it to the AI. And then you grab 5 of these. There's 5 random. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The rest of these are out of play. And these will be your hives that you can get. Kind of out of room here, but like I said, they don't refill or anything. So the hive goes up there. Then we're going to deal out 10 building cards. So 2 rows of 5. And this top one will be considered the row 1. And this will be row 2. That might be off camera, but this face down is the drop pile. And 8 cards, 2 rows of 4. Right here. Of your train cards. Alright, so that's your beginning layout. You have your 5 hives, your solo deck, starting card for the AI, your starting card, and then 5, or total of 10 buildings, 2 rows of 5. So we got that, and then 2 rows of 4, 8 of the terrain. When you're dealing with the AI, they don't get any resource or anything like that. They're just moving bees around and making it, blocking you basically. So you look at this and you see that on the bottom here, you start at 1. So you have 1 of everything. And now you use that card and you add 1. So that's your bonus, your starting bonus. A total of 12 bees for each color. So they have 12 bees available all the time. You have 9 that you can use right now, and then 3 that are in your reserves. So on your turn, you pick and you place your bee up on one of the cards, and then you get the resource for that card. You only can do one thing per turn. So now I gain 2 of those, because 2 blues because of that. And that would be the end of my turn. And then the AI draws a card and he looks for a purple, and he's going to put a bee on a purple, but there's no purple available. So if there's no purple available, he goes to the next option on the card. If that option isn't available, then he takes all the bees off of, he takes all of his bees back. That's his turn. But right now, that's not the case. He does the bottom option, and the bottom option, if it says +1 a card like that, row 1 in the building from left to right, so it would be this card here, he takes that and he puts it into his cards. So the game either ends when you go through the solo deck twice, or if the AI or you have 10 cards. And then it doesn't end immediately. Everybody has to have at least the same amount of turns. Alright, so the AI bought this card, and immediately when you buy a card, you shift. Since it was on the left, that they don't shift, but any blank areas get shift to the right and then refill to the left. Now I have enough, I could buy this card. Look at this card, and you look at the cost. It costs a bee. So to buy it, you take one of the bees from your available area and you put it in your reserve. You can't use that now until there's another way to get it back. And then now you get blue. You take away 2 blues, 1, 2, and then I need 2 pinks. I have 1 pink and I have 1 wild. So wild is going to be considered another pink. So now I just bought that card for this, and now I put that in my tableau, and these are called permanent resources. So now I have 2 yellows that I can use. I don't have to use the tableau, and I can buy, I can use this to buy other cards. So now, since I bought this card, that slides over, and then you refill it on the left side. That was my turn. You look at your hives, and you cannot buy hives using these resources here. You can only buy hives using the permanent resources. So right now, even if I had this all the way up to the top, I can't buy it because they have to be a permanent resource. You put all my bees here. So that means I get an orange resource, and then these make it so you can take away a resource and add another resource. So I can use these to take down, I got 2 of them, so I'm going to bring down 1 and 2, the blue and the orange down 1, and I'm going to increase the pink 1, 2. And he's looking for yellow, so he's going to put all his bees on yellow. And you stand them up. You stand up. And when the AI puts their bees on the card, all of them have to go on the card. When you put the bees on, you don't have to use every one on the card. But you cannot add a bee to a card that hasn't been completely filled. So if you didn't completely fill that up, you can't fill it up on a later turn. You can only start filling up and put bees on cards that are completely empty. So now it's my turn, and I'm going to put a bee here and put a bee here. So that's your resource. Your orange resource goes up 1, and then the bee lets you take a bee from, this is how you take it out of the reserve and put it in where you can play with it. I finished this row. This row of cards is all filled up, and since I was the last person to put the bees on a card, then I get a wild resource. So yay. And then you check for majority, and the AI has 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7's higher than 4. So my bonus for that is I get to take all of my bees and put them back into my play area. Not my reserve, where I can use them again. And then you take the very right card, put it in the discard, slide everything to the right, and then add 1 card to refill. The AI will fortify. So fortify, he is looking for bees that are already in his card, and they fortify. So that means that they lay down now. And when you fortify, that means that you get the resources again. You do those actions again. But since AI doesn't deal with resources, it's just he's in my way again. And then when you're counting for majority, these count as 2 instead of 1. Now I'm going to buy that card. On this turn, it's going to cost me a bee, and it's going to cost me the 2 plus the 1 on the card, and then it's going to cost me 4 of the pink. And then for a turn like this, I don't have any bees left. I can't do anything unless I get a VVAC from one of these cards or something, but I have no bees. So I have to use my turn to take as many, you don't have to take all of them, but you take all your bees back. But that's it. I can't get anything, can't get any resources, can't buy any cards, so that's the end of my turn. Alright, so I just bought this card, and this brown means I can get 3 resources. Not wild, but any other resources instantly. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3 pink. And then this instant reward is bees. So you get to take 2 bees out of the reserve. There's only 1 bee, so he just has to put all his bees on 1 card. But he's out of bees now. And the solo deck has been gone through once. So reshuffle it, and the game will end if we go through this deck again before somebody gets 10 cards. And then I'm going to get my hive. So I have 2 of the yellow, 2 of the orange, and 2 of the blue. But it's going to cost 4 bees. So I got my 10 cards. So I'll show you how scoring works now. Alright, so you start over here. Every 5 that you have in your resource, you get 1 point. So right now I don't get anything. So 1, 2, 3, 0 over there. And then you look at your cards. And this one shows you get 2 points for every card that has every set of BDs. So that B and that D is 2 points. That B and that D is 2 points. And that B and the X represents any one. And it can be used multiple times. So this would be 6 points right here. 6 points for that one there. And then this here, even your permanent resources count for these. But there's no purple. I have no purple at all. And wild would count for that too. Anyway, there's no points for that. So I have 6 points. And then this one here shows 1 point for every 2 of the blue. So I have 2, so that's worth 1 point. And then everything else is just space value. These ones score nothing. Score would be 6 for here, and then 7, 8, and then these 4s. So that's 20. You got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And that's how you go. See, my high score is 25. So that is how you play solo.